evening. Today is Monday. I'm sorry. I'm so used to Motivational Monday. Today is Thursday, January the 20th, and this is our very first live cooking show with me, your girl, Jackie O. So I am super excited today. We have a special guest we'll be bringing on in just a little bit, but I wanted to just welcome you all in to the show. So we want you to cook along with us if you are going to be cooking along with us. If not, take notes so that you can come back and you can cook this amazing dish that we're going to be cooking on today. So a little bit about what we're doing here is most of you already know we do Motivational Monday every Monday. We have not started back up for 2022, but we will be on February the 7th, where we are coming back and it'll be almost 2 years in March. It will almost be 2 years that we started Motivational Monday, and we are still going strong. And we added something new to the mix because y'all know how we like to mix it up in here. That's why we're cooking in the kitchen. So we added something new to the mix, which is cooking with me, your girl, Jackie O. There'll be some times when I'm going to come on and cook by myself. And then there'll also be some times when I will come on and I will have a special guest. And so tonight is that night that we're having a special guest coming on to cook with us tonight. And so we hope you all enjoy it. And I'm just making sure that we are all set up on all of our platforms, that we're trying to make sure that we're set up on, and I see that we are, and we are ready to go. So again, I am your host. I'm Jackie with the Jackie O project, Jackie O blog. I also have the Glow Collection, which is our skincare line. And tonight we're cooking with the fabulous, the amazing, the magnificent, the beautiful Priya. Let's welcome Priya into our show on tonight, guys. Welcome, Priya. Hey.
Hi, Jackie. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to be here. I'm so excited to be on your show, Jackie. And I'm a big fan of your skin products. That's all I use. I am not kidding. Yeah, absolutely. They make my skin glow.
Yes, you are glowing, honey. Glowing. Thank you so much, Priya. I'm going to let Priya give us an introduction, but I wanted to kind of just share with you guys the power of social media. We know that social media can be it can be a little crazy, but it also can be positive, and if it's used in a positive way. And that is how I met Priya. Right when the pandemic started, we were giving away gift cards. And so we were using a portion of our sales from our skincare products, and we were providing Grubhub gift cards. And we were just selecting people that were following us in our community because the pandemic had just happened. And so it was a lot of craziness going on. It was at the peak, at the very beginning of it. And so people were homeschooling, they were working from home, just a whole bunch of changes. So we were like, what can we do to try to make it a little bit easier for families? So we said, okay, let's send out some Grubhub gift cards to where they can purchase dinner wherever they want to. So Priya was one of the very first people that we sent a gift card to. And she sent me a message back and she says, hey, do you mind if I give it to my son's teacher? And I'm like, absolutely, let's pay it forward. So we have been in contact and we have been supporting each other. We've become friends over social media. So y'all, it is some really great things that happen. Priya and I have never met. She's in Pennsylvania, I'm in Texas, and I can't wait for either us to get there first or for them to come here for us to meet them, in person. But I have met some wonderful people like Priya online through social media that I have never physically met, but we have become friends. We support each other's businesses. And so I am truly honored that tonight, on our very first night that we are here of our cooking show, she is our special guest. So again, Priya, thank you so much for being here. And we also have another special guest that's going to be joining us. I believe she's going to be cooking. She's a friend of Priya's. She hopped in. So guys, that's another thing. As our cooking shows go, if you want to be a part and be online with us, cooking with us, we just want to have a really good time. So I'm going to let Priya, your friend, introduce herself, and then we'll circle back around to you, Priya, to give us your introduction.
Hi,
Welcome.
Laura. You're on. Oh, I think you're on mute.
Yep, she's on mute. You see it at the bottom, the little microphone? Okay. Well, while Laura, she can hear us while she's figuring out how to come off her mute. Priya, go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Well, hello, everyone. Hi, Laura. And again, Jackie, thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm so excited to be the very first guest on your cooking show. I'm such a big fan of you. Jackie told you the story of how we met, and I'm telling you, I listen to her Motivational Mondays. I follow her, and there's always a positive message she gives, and I absolutely love that. It's so uplifting. It's a family friendly show, and I love that. And it's always, even when there's, I can sense there's a little bit of sadness, you always have a way to give that positive message. And that's why I love you so much, Jackie. I really think you're awesome. I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, hey, it looks like Laura. Laura, can you? There she is.
Yes, I can. Thank you. My son commanded my computer. He's doing an online college interview. So I'm just trying to use the iPad, which I don't know how to do. But I'm so glad to be with this energy. I've known Priya for eons, and she is one of the most positive people. And I had a chance to get to eat a bunch of her prepackaged meals, which she just did a sample venture into, and they became my go-to any night I was feeling sad. I have 5 kids, 2 of them are still home with me, and any night that they did something, I look forward to it. I'm going to get to eat one of Priya's, and it's a meal we're making tonight, but she had them prepackaged. So, but now I'm excited to actually make it and learn all the little tricks she did. I visited your website, Jackie, and I just felt the warmth pop out at me. So I'm so happy to be part of this circle, because it's all about lifting each other up. That's what the world is about. So thank you. I won't take up too much of our time, but
thank you so much, Laura, and thank you for joining us on tonight. So are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? So, because we are ready. I'm telling you, I was just telling Priya, my family was like, okay, what time are we eating dinner? I'm like, the cooking show is dinner. So you gotta wait.
Same here.
All right, so Priya, I am gonna turn it over to you, and we're following your lead.
Wonderful. So quick little introduction about myself. I'm Priya. I'm the founder and owner of Anar Gourmet Foods, and we make all natural gluten-free seasoning kits for authentic and fusion Indian food. I mean, you can make it whatever way you like. These recipes and spices are very versatile. So there's my packaging and step-by-step directions and how to make it. And I made it because a lot of people love Indian food, but they don't know where to start. And this is a good place to start. It makes it super, super simple and easy. So today we're going to make chicken tikka masala, which many of you know about. It's one of the more popular Indian dishes. And then as a bonus, we're going to do coconut rice. And that's my mom's recipe, South Indian coconut rice. It is not spicy. You can spice it up if you want, and that's the same for all my seasoning kits. So we're going to try and make that real quick. It's intensive, but you know what? It's super easy, and it's full, delicious, healthy, fresh meals, and I know you'll like it. So
all right,
whenever you decide to get a packet, here it's super easy to follow instructions. You have ingredients you need. So I'm going to start. I usually do my recipes in 2 steps. So step 1, especially when it's meat, you marinate the meat, and step 2, you make the sauce, and then you combine them together. So it's kind of like an easy formula to follow. So for chicken tikka masala, for step 1, what you do is you take yogurt, you take the spices, and you take lemon juice, make a marinade, and pour it over chicken chunks that you've cut. So we're going to go do that right now. In the interest of time, because I know you're not going to sit around and watch me cut chicken, I've already cut that for you. And I'm going to start my second, bear with me here. So you can see the stove. Yeah, there you go. My stove popped up. So this, what I like about this meal is it's family size. So it's for 3 pounds of meat. So it's really, you can make a lot. And if you decide to put veggies or whatever in it, it extends the sauce. So here's 3 pounds of meat already cut. And then to make the marinade, I'm not being endorsed for this, but I just love Stonyfield yogurt. You have non-fat or fat-free. It just gives that right consistency and taste for Indian food, but you can use Greek yogurt or whatever you use. Plain yogurt. You do not want to use vanilla yogurt. Laura and I have a story about that, but we'll share that a little bit later. Don't use vanilla yogurt, use plain, low fat or non-fat yogurt. So what I'm going to do is make the marinade. So basically you scoop up 1 cup of yogurt. There we go. And this is how simple it is.
Priya, while you're doing that too, I wanted to make a note when you said that you can use 6 pounds of meat, because the seasoning packets, it's a family size, right? It's a family size, so we can have leftovers.
Oh yeah. Leftovers are awesome because the spices really sink in. And you know, this dish, you can actually put it on tacos. It is so good. Oh my gosh. Tacos, use it as a, you can use it. I've actually been eating my lunches because I crave the Indian food, but I don't want the carbs with the rice. So make sure this is step 1 packet. So each of the packet, this is labeled like step 1. So you can't mess up. So step 1, we have the yogurt here. I'll just pour that in. And then we're going to put the step 1 spices in. And then you have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, which I've already squeezed in the interest of time. So we'll just put that in. And there's your marinade. Nice and easy. We'll mix it up. Real good. The key thing I found with Indian food, mix it up well. Mix it up well. Whatever you do, mix it up well so that you build on the layers of flavors. Okay. So this is mixed up. And if you got lumps in the yogurt, no, that's okay. No big deal. Okay. And then you take that and you pour that into the chicken. And I like to marinate the meat overnight personally, because when you marinate the meat overnight, it really sinks in. But if you don't have time, 2 hours at minimum is good. And when you also cut up the meat into small bite-sized pieces, the flavor sinks in a whole lot better too. So I'll just mix this up. And there you go. That's all done. That's how easy it is to make. Any questions from anyone? Any questions, Laura? Oh, we're good, Laura. I got a thumbs up from Laura. Okay. And now I've actually already prepared this marinade yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. And I'm going to just keep this overnight to make it tomorrow. Bear with me here. Pop out as your screen, move this out of the way. So there's a couple of ways now to make the sauce. So, excuse me, before that, what you do the next day, you just literally put your marinade, chicken marinade in a baking tray, line it if you want or not, and then pop that in the oven at 350 for about 20-25 minutes. So you want to get a larger pan because it is, it's 3 pounds of meat, so it is quite a lot. And I've actually already done that. So I will bring that out of the, excuse me, pardon my back. I will get that out of the oven. So bear with me here for a second.
So Priya, are we getting ready to make the sauce for?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now there's actually a couple of ways to make the chicken tikka masala. You can bake it in the oven like what I'm doing now, and that's my preferred method. You could put it in a pressure cooker, or you could just put it marinate it, and the next day just put all of it right after you make the sauce, put it right into the stove. But if you do that, you would actually have to boil off a little bit more liquid so that it thickens and condenses and it's more concentrated. Otherwise, it'll taste a little bit watery. That's why I like the putting it in the oven.
Okay.
It's because the taste comes out quicker and it's baked and it got that little seared taste. So it's kind of nicer to me. But
Okay.
either ways works. So I'm going to go and actually just get that out of the oven.
Okay.
And then we'll start making the sauce.
All right, guys. Okay, so while she's getting that out of the oven, so we've already done a little prep work on our side too, because we are cooking along with Priya. So our chicken is in the oven too, and we have about 3 minutes left. So when she comes back, we're going to be making the sauce and everything. But one other thing that I really like about the packets that Priya has is that they are gluten-free. So for those of you that, you know, can't have gluten, you can still enjoy these great Indian spices. And again, it is a family packet, so it makes quite a bit. And it is absolutely amazing. We have had the chicken tikka masala, and we've had the grandma spicy, and the butter chicken. And so I know, Laura, you've had some as well, and it is amazing. So you guys have to go. You need to visit Anar Gourmet Foods. That's ANAR gourmetfoods.com. And when you purchase any of her products, she is giving away 15% if you put in the code Jacquie O. So y'all know how to spell Jacquie O, right? JACQUIEOOH. Just put in Jacquie O and you'll get 15% off of already her very affordable spices. All right, so you're back and we're ready.
I'm back, and there is my piping hot oven.
That looks so good.
Yeah, so make sure you have a big tray and, you know, use oven mitts for safety's sake.
Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
now
Mine's
we're going
almost
to
okay.
Oh, good. We're going to do, there goes my oven. I just turned it off. For step 2, these are the ingredients you need. You need jalapeno. Here's my secret of customizing the spices. Usually, look at this. That's a pretty big jalapeno. What I do is use, literally, as nerdy as it sounds, half of a thumb size, rule of thumb size jalapeno.
Okay.
And I use half of that, and that gives you medium spicy heat. If you want more spice, use more. If you don't want the spice, you don't even need to use the jalapeno, just eliminate it. So you use some size jalapeno, 2 cloves of garlic minced, and then tomato sauce and heavy whipping cream. That's all you need to make the sauce for step 2. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So I'm switching cameras, pardon my back here, but we're going to go right into it. Oh, and some butter. Everything tastes better with butter.
Okay. So we're putting butter in our pan.
We're putting butter in a pan. This is 1 tablespoon of butter.
Okay. Or can we just put a whole stick of butter maybe?
You sure can.
Listen, let me tell you, I put butter in everything, like everything, literally. Okay, so only a tablespoon, right?
1 tablespoon, that's what I recommend, but you can sure do whatever you want, Jacquie. I bet it tastes really tasty.
Okay.
Okay, so now, and all this is right in the back of the packet, so it's super simple. So melt your butter, and I would go medium to a notch lesser than medium to melt the butter, because all this, you want to let it take its time. And I'm going to open this can while I have the time, while the butter is melting. After the butter melts, you put in your jalapeno and your garlic.
Okay.
Oh, Jacquie, just looking at that butter, I could eat it right out of the pan.
You can see my butter?
I love butter too. Just looking at the butter makes me hungry.
I know. Listen, butter. So I'm going to actually use, guys, because I did not have a pepper, a jalapeno pepper, but I keep red pepper flakes.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to use that.
Yeah, very good. I encourage all variations, whatever works for you. I'm a big fan of that.
Okay.
And Laura, I know you use sour cream instead of yogurt. So that's another good tip too.
Oh, yeah, that is good. Okay.
It does work. I mean, one thing is I've found about all of Priya's recipes is if you don't have something, you can use common sense and substitute. And
Exactly.
it works. I mean,
Yep.
everything works.
And
And
you know
Priya,
what,
I
Laura,
have
now
the-
that you said that, I have used her recipes too with just vegetables.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of with meat, I've done just vegetables with it and made the sauce, put the vegetables, and it is amazing. So you're right. You can do anything with the sauce, the packets.
Yes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's where it's,
Sorry,
Priya, I don't want to, I'm not nearly as articulate as you and Jackie are, but what I learned from Priya was that how she makes the spices. It's not the same as if you go to the grocery store though, and you just add a quarter teaspoon of this and a quarter teaspoon of that, because that is what goes from the difference I find is why I love her meals is because she makes these spices the same way her grandmother did. And it's that I don't want to use the wrong word for you, but that she roasts them and she brings out all the flavor. And that's what makes all the food taste so good and so different than when I try to make food myself and it doesn't quite turn out as good. When I just throw together some vegetables and butter, they taste good. Anything with butter tastes good. But when you add her spices, it just goes to spectacular.
Yes, I agree.
Because she did all the hard work way in advance. So I don't have to do the hard work now. And that's the brilliant part.
Exactly.
So I have put in the jalapeno and the garlic, and I'm waiting for them to get like light brown. You don't want to burn the garlic, otherwise it'll be bitter. And Laura, thank you so much. I'm so excited that you like my dishes because I think before me, you didn't really try cooking Indian food at home. So this is such a treat that you like to make it and you find it easy.
Yeah.
So Priya, as we're waiting for the butter to brown, tell us, because you did this and your spices, these are your grandmother's recipes, correct?
These are the secret sauce is my grandmother's. It's the curry powder.
Okay.
So that we use as a base in most of my dishes, and that one takes 3 hours to make like a small, like a pound, and we use that as a base in all our recipes. And we don't deviate from her recipe because we've tried actually to have it's a very prestigious institution around here that, this is burning, bear with me here. I'm going to put in the can of tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce, okay.
Yep, so a can is like 16 ounces. And then I'm going to put 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Okay? And that's another way to customize the heat. You can put a little bit more whipping cream if you want. And that's about a cup. So I'll put that in too.
What's amazing too, though, is all these awesome ingredients, and actually per serving is only 400 and some calories. And I follow that. And that's what I love is that you don't skimp on the butter or the cream, but somehow or other with the spices and the chicken, it's really not high calorie. It's it's rich. I love that part too about this particular meal.
Yeah, the frozen meal that you had that you tried on for chicken tikka masala. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with how many calories that turned out. It was like 300 or something, right, for the whole meal?
Yes, but it's like a serving size is a generous amount of this meal. Yeah, and because I'm an eater, and
it doesn't show, Laura. It doesn't show. So we made the sauce. I put in the tomato sauce. So we put in butter, garlic, and jalapeno that we roasted. And then I just put in a can of tomato sauce. And then I put in 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and there's your sauce. That's how easy it was. Now you got to let it bubble, let it do its thing. So after it bubbles about 10 minutes or so, I'm keeping an eye on the time, then we will put in the baked chicken and then let that go for another 20 minutes and the meal is done. That's how simple it is.
Okay, Priya, did I miss step number 2 packet? Was I supposed to do something with that?
Oh, yes. You know what? I forgot that too. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I had it. I'm shaking it to get, you're right. You're supposed to roast that with the jalapeno and I'll just put it in now.
Okay, so we're just gonna add it to the sauce already, right?
Yeah, you're actually supposed to put, that was a big faux pas on my part, me and my motor mouth.
No, you're good.
So you're supposed to, but after you add your garlic and jalapeno, then add your spices, let that roast for a bit. And then put in your tomato sauce and heavy whipping cream. The nice part about this is these recipes are pretty forgiving. So if you forget a step or two here, just go back and add it in and it'll be fine because they all kind of roast.
Okay.
Simmer for a little bit and the spices get in.
Oh my goodness, y'all, this smells so good.
So thank you for that, Jackie. That was really good. I'm glad you prompted me because I would have tasted it and said, this is not quite right. What's going on here?
So our sauce is like really creamy over here. It's like smelling good and creamy. Everything is all blended in together. Now mine's is bubbling. So should I turn it down?
Yeah, I would turn it down just so you don't get burn it. Just let it take its time because remember we have the cream in there. So you got to let it go low and slow a little bit more.
Okay.
So here's what I'm going to do. It's 7:30 almost. So while we're waiting for this to simmer a little bit, let's go ahead and start making the coconut rice.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I'm just going to move this slightly to the side. I'm going to start another burner here. And let that go. And then we're going to start the coconut rice.
Okay.
Oh, that's my stove telling me you have nothing on the stove.
So Priya, with the coconut rice, are we going to add the coconut milk?
We're going to add it towards the end of simmering the spices. Yeah.
Oh, okay, to the coconut rice.
To the coconut rice, yeah.
Okay.
So let's do this. I will tell you, and it's funny, I always need my cheat sheet here because I don't want to forget any of the recipe. This is what you need for the coconut rice. By the way, this is also posted on my website at www.anargourmetfoods.com. So you can go there and get the recipe from there also. You can always also DM me if you have any questions about it. So let's turn that down. So these are the ingredients you need for coconut rice. You need, I like to use basmati rice, but you can use any white rice. 1 cup basmati rice. You take that, soak it for half an hour, wash it, rinse it out a couple of times, and then soak it for half an hour in warm water. That softens the rice a little bit. Then you use cashews, 6 or 7 of them, just break them into little pieces. Those are optional. You don't need them. If you have a nut allergy, you can just leave them off. Olive oil, 2 teaspoons, onion, 1/4 cup, and I like to use purple onions, jalapeno, half of a thumb size, diced. Don't worry, it's not going to get spicy with it because of the amount of coconut that goes in it. Okay. Turmeric, half a teaspoon, salt, 3/4 to 1 teaspoon, unsweetened coconut milk. So make sure it's unsweetened, and then water, about 1.5 cups. You can always double the recipe, which is what I'm going to do right now. And that's on my website too. I updated it just for you, Jackie. I know who's going to watch it.
Thank you.
So we're going to start cooking now. So
Okay.
Start off. I'm going to heat some olive oil.
Okay, so I'm gonna need another pan.
Yeah. And like a larger, flatter pan would be nice if you have that. So 2 teaspoons. So you don't need a lot of oil in this. 2 teaspoons olive oil.
Okay.
Okay. And then, so I'll just swirl that around a little bit. Then we have, then you saute your onions.
Okay.
And then you kind of soften them. You don't have to get them like caramelized brown or anything. sauteing them for about 2 to 4 minutes. I'm going to pop that in. Let me know if I'm going too fast, Jackie.
No, you're good. I'm keeping up. I'm keeping up.
I bet you are. You could. I bet. I can't wait. I've seen what your recipes are, and I can't wait to try them. So you got to put them up too.
Yes, I will. Okay. So I
Okay.
have my
Yeah. And then I'm going to just get the other ingredients right here.
okay.
Little basket.
So right now I just have my olive oil and my onions in the pan, right?
That's it.
Okay.
That's all you need.
Okay.
And while the onions are sauteing, I would highly suggest opening your coconut milk.
Okay, I already got it open.
Oh, awesome. Because I have seen that it doesn't come out like all mixed up well. So I like to mix it up so that there's no lumps, like as much as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, this is unsweetened coconut milk. So, because I know they have sweetened too, which is very yummy. And by the way, you can always, if you have leftover milk, you can always make like pina coladas too. So see how it kind of doesn't, it just comes out in one big lump.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna get that out. There. So, yeah, please do try to mix it, otherwise you won't get the coconut consistency that you want, the coconut milk consistency.
All right, so we're mixing this. We're cooking over here.
Oh, yeah.
So guys, I hope y'all are following along. And again, everything that we are making, this is, you can find this on AnarGourmetFoods.com. Tonight, we are cooking the chicken tikka masala meal with coconut rice. And what we're cooking now is the coconut rice. And we have our sauce is over here. It's simmering. And my onions are cooking and my olive oil. Got my coconut milk ready.
Oh, yeah, we're cooking up a storm.
Yeah, we're getting it in.
Yeah. So the onions I have sauteed, I think that's about 3 or 4 minutes now. So
Yeah.
now what you want to do is add your jalapeno.
Okay.
Where did my jalapeno go? I know I had it. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Bear with me here.
All right.
I had it and it ran away. Oh yeah, there it is. I had it in a different type.
I don't know if y'all can see, but look, it's really cooking back here. I wish you could smell it.
Oh yeah, it's good. Okay, so you put your jalapeno and you put your cashews in it. These cashews have been soaked for about 10, little more than 10 minutes and broken up into little pieces to soften them. So go ahead, don't put the water in, just get them out of the water.
And then you said, go ahead and add the coconut water.
Not yet, not yet,
Okay.
sorry. No, just the cashews.
Okay.
And then make sure, turn down the stove. Mine's, I needed to bring it down a little bit. And by the way, if you're like me, and sometimes you're in a rush and you turn the stove on too hot, if you get little burnt onions, just pick them out. Otherwise, because you don't want the taste of the burnt onions.
Okay.
Okay.
So now my sauce for my chicken is bubbling. Continue to let it bubble.
Yeah, continue to
Okay.
let it bubble. Just, you can turn it down. And then what you do is add your turmeric now, which is 3/4 of a teaspoon. I'm sorry, half a teaspoon. My apologies. Half a teaspoon. And that gives it that beautiful yellow golden color. Okay. Mix that up real well.
Okay.
And now drain the water that you've soaked. So I have the basmati rice that's soaked in water here. Just drain the water away. So I'm just going to step aside, pour the water out in the sink, and then you add that into your pot.
Okay.
Yeah, so make sure you drain the water though. And then I'm going to just put this in. Oh, that smells so good with the turmeric.
Yes. Can y'all see my pot? Can you see my skillet? It smells so good. Mm-mm-mm.
And
Okay.
Laura, I can pop some of this over to you.
Laura, it sounds like you have it made because you live close to Priya. So sounds like you can go at any time and go get you a meal.
Yeah. I am loving watching you. Jackie, I liked how you didn't actually, to my knowledge, you just kind of winged what your half a teaspoon was. That's a real cook. So you are a real cook.
Yes.
I noticed that. I was very impressed.
I don't measure anything, especially if it's something that I really like. So I just put it in.
Yeah, that impressed me. I saw that. I was like,
Well, thank
and
you.
you wear good jewelry while you do that. So the whole thing is just blowing
Well, you
me
know
away.
what? My mom is a cook. My mother, she does not go by recipes. Like she makes homemade yeast breads and rolls and like all these recipes that she comes up with, like chocolate bread and mustard cheese, spinach bread, and she just eyeballs it. You know, she has no recipe.
Well, that is an artist, right? That's what being an artist is in the kitchen. Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we add water.
Priya, can I ask one question now? Am I always supposed to be soaking my rice before?
Yeah, it's a good idea for coconut rice to soak the rice. Otherwise, it comes out, it's not softened as much. So it comes out kind of raw. So yeah, it really helps to soak the rice. And then
that's why your rice always tastes. That's like a basic thing why your rice tastes better. I never knew that. So I should always pre-soak
just for coconut rice though. Just for
coconut. Okay.
Okay.
So Priya, how much water are we adding to our rice?
After the rice, you add your coconut milk. So
the coconut milk. Okay.
Yeah, so you add coconut milk. If you're doing 1 cup of rice, then just add half a cup of coconut milk. If you're making 2 cups of rice, then you add 1 cup of coconut milk.
Okay, so 1 cup of coconut milk. Okay.
Yeah, so you have soaked 2 cups of raw rice.
Okay, so I'm adding that in right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm going to go ahead and put the coconut milk in now. Whoops. There we go. This is taking a little time. I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in. There we go. That's better.
Okay. All right. Can y'all see? Are y'all looking at these pots here? Look at that. What Priya, how she's putting the coconut milk into the rice.
Yeah. And then you add your salt. I usually start with 3/4 teaspoon, like a little bit more on the conservative side. And then you put in 1, if you want a little bit more, you can add a little bit more.
Okay.
So I'm going to just start with 3/4.
All right.
Add your water. And that it's okay if you added the salt before, that's fine. But add your water, 3 cups of water if you're doing 2 cups of the basmati rice. So add your water. And then you put the salt in. But if you put in the salt in before, it's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything because it all comes out.
Okay, so let me make sure I have this right. So I've already added my coconut milk and I added 1 cup because I have 2 cups of rice.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add 2 cups of water.
3 cups.
Oh, 3 cups of water?
Yeah, for 2 cups of basmati rice, raw basmati rice, you add 3 cups of water.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, you put in your salt.
All right.
And salt is about 3/4 teaspoon. Jackie, you're not going to measure it. I am.
Yeah, I just put a little dash.
There you go. And the good part about this is even if after it's cooked, if you want, if you taste it and it's like, there's something a little missing, just add a little bit more salt and you're
Add a little
good.
bit more. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so this is now all set to go. Bring it up to a boil. So cover it, bring it up to a boil. And when it starts boiling, then you turn it down to like, my stove goes from 1 to 9. I bring it down to a 2. So just like barely a simmer, and then you gotta just let it be. Don't rush it.
Okay, so I'm gonna cover it before I bring it to a boil.
Yes, please. So
Okay.
was there anything confusing, Jackie, that I need to reiterate or?
No, I think we're cooking.
Okay, so now we let that be for that. That should take bring it up to a boil and then turn it down. So I brought mine up to like 5 and then I
Okay.
turn it down to a 3. And now we're gonna go ahead and combine the sauce and the meat.
Okay.
Chicken, yep. And I'm going to switch stoves again here so you can see what's going on. I got my son's iPad so that we can look over the stove.
Okay.
Okay, so this has started boiling. And now one of the tricks with the chicken tikka is when you make it, use a slotted spoon so that you scoop the chicken out of the liquid.
Okay.
So you don't want all that extra liquid fat stuff, you can just let that go.
Okay. So go ahead and put it in my pan.
Yes, please. Okay. There we go. And this is the point, if you decide to put any veggies or anything in, you can do that.
Okay.
Because generally those only take like, I don't know, like 8 to 10 minutes to steam. This one, well, it'll probably take another like 20 minutes or so. So you can always wait a little bit too. But as you see, I'm scooping it out with the slotted spoon, so none of the gravy is getting, none of the liquid is getting in there. Was anything confusing, Laura? Anything that needed clarification?
No, it's also straightforward. The biggest thing that confused me was the rice. Honestly, was that you soaked the rice. I was like making sure I understood that because
Yeah.
I've never done that step before with any rice.
Well, you know what? One of the things that I've learned when I cook just regular rice in my rice cooker, I actually wash it out. So I rinse it, pour out the water, put more water, rinse it a couple of times so all the white film goes away. And then I feel it gets more fluffy and it gets rid of a lot of the starch. So that's when I do it. That's when I just cook plain rice in the rice cooker. And I also found that if you're going to, what I found is if you're going to put like 4 cups of rice, go to the next demarcation to add water. So 5 in the pot, and it seems to have the right proportions. The other way to do is if you're cooking it on the stove, like when you add rice, put your hand on the rice and add this much more water. So literally like your finger, add like middle of the second and third knuckle. And that seems to work too. So that's what I've heard from yeah, like the other Asian community too, that, that seems to work for the rice. But if you're cooking rice with spices in it, then soaking works. You soak to soften it. And then when you cook it on the stove, it doesn't take as long, because I found that by trial and error, that if you don't soak it, it comes out a little bit raw, and then you got to pour a little bit more water, a little bit more, and wait a little bit longer. But this seems to work.
Okay.
This is why cooking together is so beautiful, because you see these little tricks that aren't on packages or on directions. You just see them by watching someone else cook.
Yeah. And another trick that I use, Laura, too, when I'm making like rice, not coconut rice, but just regular rice and spaghetti, and even if like homemade mashed potatoes, is I will boil it in either vegetable broth or chicken to give it a flavor so that it's not bland. And if I don't have the broth, then I'll use like the bouillon cube. That is really, really good. Yes, especially with spaghetti.
Oh, you know what? These are like the master tricks. Okay.
Yeah.
See, Laura's not being very, very humble. She's a really good cook too. So she's got her tricks also. With 5 kids, you got, and all of them different tastes. She's a really good cook too.
I like to do certain things, but it's these everyday dishes that, like those little tricks that are good for things that you make all the time, like rice and pasta. Those are what I make all the time and I don't know the tricks for. So that's spectacular. Oh, that looks so, both of you. Oh, it looks
so you know what?
good.
I did not have my rice turned up. So I'm like, why is it not boiling?
This is why it's a live show. That's what happens. Mine started to boil.
We are live, people. We are live.
So let me see this. So mine started to boil. So I'm going to turn it down now.
Okay.
And just so that it starts to simmer. And I found that, towards the end, when you scoop it to taste it and see if it's cooked, be very gentle, like gently fold it over. That's when you can taste of salt and see if it needs a little bit more simmering. And you can always add like another spoonful of coconut milk in there if it's kind of dry. Okay, gotcha. So now my chicken is, I have it on low, but it's simmering like really high. Is that okay? Okay. Yeah, if you feel you need to turn it down, go ahead and turn it down, like to a couple of notches. That looks really good, Jackie. Oh, I got to take a picture of you cooking. You look I know, girl, get a picture. No, I want you in it. You look beautiful. There we go. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. I hope because we're following your instructions. So I hope so too. I'm sure it'll come out good. Now it's a matter of now my rice is boiling. Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, turn it down to like a 2 or a 3 and then just let it do its thing. You guys were talking about how you spice up the rice. That's one of the things I do with quinoa. What I do is I saute onions with salt and pepper and sometimes rosemary, sometimes just like any other spice that you like. Oh, garlic for sure. Salt, pepper, and garlic. And then I put the quinoa in there and then I put chicken broth. And I'm telling you, it tastes so much better. Yeah. You have to kind of spice it up some. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, okay, that's great. I got that going. I also have a pot because I'm going to steam some cauliflower and broccoli for our veggies. And then I also have a salad, but my girls do not eat like regular salad, and so I'll have a salad for Sydney and myself, and then broccoli and cauliflower for them. So what do you mean by they don't eat a regular salad? Like just spinach leaves and tomatoes. Yeah. Just like a regular garden salad. Yeah. They don't eat salad. Look like that. They're real picky. It's real picky over here in this camp. You know what? I have to confess, I'm a total meatitarian. I love my meat. Every meal has to have some sort of meat or egg in it. So,
Yeah.
the way I eat my salads, because cooking all this, you're going to grow and you're going to be a growing girl sideways, not
She said sideways.
like, you know. So I drench my salad with like salad dressing, and that's the only way. That's my secret to eating salads. Or, you know, put a lot of different toppings on it.
That's what I was gonna say. Yep.
Yeah. So
Because like even the salad that I made tonight for Sydney and I, it's spinach, but I got a whole bunch of strawberries and blueberries and blackberries and almonds.
ooh, that sounds
I like
really
have all this
good.
stuff on. It's more like a fruit salad than a salad.
You know, it's getting the fiber in there. So while I have you guys, let me tell you another little tip I have. I didn't plan on making it, but I can just tell you what it is. If your Indian dishes are too spicy and you can't, like you don't want to change anything about it, what you can do is do an accompaniment called yogurt raita. It's a side condiment and it's super simple to make. So all you do is take like 1 cup of fat-free or non-fat plain yogurt and put that in a cup, dice your cucumbers, de-seed it and dice into like really small bits, and then add a pinch of salt. So that's a nice accompaniment. If your Indian food is too spicy, you make that, mix it up well, and then with each bite of your curry, you mix that in. And I'm telling you, especially with meat and with chicken, that works so well. And it's so simple to make. That's another recipe I have on my website. So, you know, feel free to check that out. That's my mom's simple, quick and easy way to like cool down the food. And I make that for my husband. He loves the food, but then I can see him sweating all over the place. So, so you know, I'll just get up and make it, and it's super simple to make. So no worries there. And Laura's laughing because she knows my husband. They work together now. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let me tell you another thing that I'm adding to, Priya, to our meal is this naan bread.
Oh,
Girl, let me tell you. It's the roasted garlic. And of course, it's going to be smothered in butter.
Oh, yeah.
And that is going to be the bread that we will have with it. So
I am so jealous. I'm gluten-free, so I cannot eat any of this stuff. But I'm telling you a couple of things I'll show you for a compliment. If you don't eat it with rice, let me pull them out of my freezer right now. You can see.
now, is my chicken, do I still need it to be cooking? Can I turn it off or let it keep going?
Let it keep going because it should simmer for at least, I actually didn't check on the time, but it should simmer for at least 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, but if you like cut it with a wooden spoon, like cut a piece with a wooden spoon, if it's cooked, that's great. So let me try and do that right now.
Yeah, because my, I cut my chunks a little thin so they wouldn't be too thick. So mine's maybe cooked.
You know what? Mine looks like it's cooked too. Oh,
okay.
Let's see. That kind of.
And then too, probably once I turn the heat off, it's still cooking. And you know, a little bit. Okay, so that's good. We're good to go. My rice is. I don't know what's going on with my rice, but it's.
Oh, what's going on with your rice?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have it cut down too low. Okay.
Is it cooked down too low?
I think I did have it too low, so.
Oh, you got to turn it up a little bit. Yeah.
Turn it up. Mm-hmm. So, and plus, you know what I use? I use the what was the rice we used again? The basmati?
Basmati rice, yeah.
Yes, but I use brown.
Oh.
The brown basmati.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
This is my first time using brown.
Okay.
With this brand. Yes. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm curious now. You'll have to tell me how that comes out.
I'll let you know.
So here's another thing. If you don't eat naan, this is my son, what I get my son from the Indian store, but at home style paratha. And basically it's these little, they're already pre-made and they're a little bit thinner than naan. And I think that they might be a little less calories than naan, but I just pan fry these. They're frozen, so you pan fry them, make them hot, and then you can eat it with that. And I can't eat it, as you know, I'm gluten-free, so I found these, and I was very excited that I found them, gluten-free chapatis. So chapati and paratha is, some of these terms are used interchangeably. One of them is made with oil, one of them is not made with oil. That's really what it is. But these are great accompaniments too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna pop this back into my freezer.
Well, I know that this particular spice my daughter-in-law used over Thanksgiving, and she is a vegetarian, so she did not put chicken in this. I can't even remember. I think she put I can't remember what she put in. I think tofu or something, and then she ate it on naan bread. Didn't make the rice, and just ate it with naan bread, like scooped it with naan bread. So again, all of these recipes are so versatile, but it was really quick then to make, that way. It was so quick because she didn't have to do much with the tofu, and she didn't have to make the rice. It was just, she was able to make her, the tofu version of this so quickly. And she just pulled out spice and had that. Yeah, I mean, it was just so, you can even make one of these meals really quickly, Priya, by substituting and doing that. It was great.
So Jacquie, I want to hear how you made it last time. I remember when you used the spice mix. Can you just run through how you made it? Because Laura was interested in that too.
Yes.
So I did the butter chicken. The last time I did the butter chicken. So Layla, my oldest daughter, she does not eat meat. So I'm normally making 2 different meals when I'm
a
cooking.
Layla who doesn't eat meat either. I'm right with you. Her name is Layla and she doesn't eat meat. Okay.
Yeah, so she doesn't. So so for her, so I did the chicken, but for her, I did the oyster mushrooms. Ooh. And it was amazing. And so I used heavy whipping cream. Again, I used the heavy whipping cream for them, and then for her, I used the coconut milk. And so like tonight, it'll be the same. So tonight I'll make hers once we get off, and I'll use coconut milk with the mushrooms, and then, she'll eat everything else, the other.
You can substitute the cream for the coconut milk.
For the coconut milk, right.
And then the chicken for oysters. Now, how did you, of the oyster mushrooms, how did you worry about the juices? Like, how did you deal with the mushrooms? Did you just put them right in the sauce? Yeah,
because you know what I did? I got the dried ones.
Oh,
and they were absolutely, I was a little nervous because that was my very first time ever using them with the spices. But, I couldn't find the fresh ones. So I got the dried ones, and they were good. They were good. And as a matter of fact, that's what I ate. I didn't even eat the chicken. I ate the mushrooms with her. So, yeah.
Oh, no, that sounds like a great substitute. Or actually make them both and mix them together.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah. And one time I did the grandma's spicy curry. I did that. Now that one I did all vegetables. I didn't even make chicken, and we all ate the vegetables. And so I did, I put carrots in it. I think that's the one that you have on your website, Priya. Yeah. Yep, I did carrots. I did cauliflower and broccoli. I mixed all of those, and I used the seasoning mix, and then we ate it over jasmine rice.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah, it was really good. And we had, the naan bread, and it was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've never cooked with jasmine rice, so I'm like looking forward. I got to do that next time I go to the Indian store. I'll pick up some.
It's really good. That's what we use all the time is jasmine rice.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So we're cooking over here. Looks like, I don't know, my rice, I didn't turn it up, so I'm like, okay.
Okay, so let's see what's going on with your rice.
I mean, it's not. I guess it's supposed to just be doing this, right?
Let me put on my glasses because I can't. Now I can
see just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
boiling.
I see it bubbling. I see it bubbling a little.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Good. You can always turn it up a little bit more to bubble. And then once it bubbles, then you turn it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let
But
me.
go,
Oh,
yeah,
I smell. It smells so good.
good.
Oh, I
So
like that.
go with your gut.
It smells so good. Okay. Oh, let me see. I'm supposed to be monitoring these comments on here. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Let me get back on here. Okay, let me see if I have comments on here. Okay. Oh, all right. We have, I think it's Stanlin.
Oh, my parents are on. Hi, Mom and Dad. Salad and
Yes, they said they wish they were here to taste it. Excellent cooking, Priya. Oh, hey, yes, so my cousin's on. She's like, what are you guys cooking? So what we're cooking tonight is an Indian dish. It's chicken tikka masala with coconut rice. And we use this seasoning packet. So, I thought something was boiling over. Priya is the owner, I don't know if y'all can see this, of Anar Gourmet Foods, and it is Indian seasoning packets. And let me tell y'all, they're absolutely amazing. I gave some for Christmas gifts because I wanted them to taste what we know over here. And they're really simple to use. They're gluten-free. They're all natural. The spices are already pre-measured for you. They come in like these little packets, and it's very detailed instructions on the back to help you know what you need to do. So yes, so that's what we're cooking. So I hope that you can cook it, girl, because it's really good. You can use it again. We just got through talking about that with meat, or you can use it just with vegetables, the seasoning packets, and it still comes out wonderful. Yeah. So we have everything cooking on the stove now. We're just waiting for it to do its thing so we can eat.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's it doesn't take long to put it together, but you got to let it be and take its time. There's no point rushing it because an extra 10 minutes makes it come out really, really well.
Yeah. And, I know that we've been on here for quite some time because we're showing them how to do it. But in all honesty, it does not take that long to make the dishes. And so that's what I like too, that we can be in and out, because with this particular dish, we marinated the chicken overnight. I actually didn't marinate mine overnight. I did it this morning. Yeah. And so, but still I did it, put it in there. I chopped everything up. And so you can still prepare everything, cook it, and you're not in the kitchen like forever slaving over the stove. Yeah.
Jackie, if anybody's interested, you get the discount code. So it's Jacquie O. You get 15% off with that discount code. And if you can always follow me also at Anar Gourmet Foods. Just so you know where the name came from. Anar is my son, my one and only kid. His name Rana backwards. So Anar means pomegranate. It's a Hindi word for pomegranate, and it's a symbol of fertility, abundance, and prosperity. It's a good wish for all. And my son Rana's name is, he's Rana, but it means prince in Hindi. I found out later in Spanish, or Portuguese, it means frog. So he's my frog prince.
Prince and the frog.
Maybe he'll kiss a princess. And then in another language, he told me, because he's taking world culture class, it means mountain. So that was Norwegian or something, like that. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. He got a lot of different meanings for it.
Yeah.
So that's
cool.
It's a special, just like him, I feel he brings out the best in both me and my husband. And it's a blend of different cultures and spices. I feel he brings out the best in us, teaches us to be better people, and we see the best in him. So it's just a very special undertaking for me.
Wow, that is amazing. That is a good story. Yeah. And what I also love too, Priya, about, your business is that you have incorporated recipes from your grandmother, from your mom, things that are passed down, and you can pass them down, to your son when he gets married, to his wife. And it's just a generational legacy that, you're building with your business. And I really like that. And another thing, as we're simmering, over here, that I want to share too about Priya that I really love is, as I stated before, how we met online. But Priya is truly a woman that supports other women. And I'm not saying that because she purchases my products, as she says that she loves them for life.
But I do.
I do. But like she'll send me a DM or an email or something and, tell me, hey, did you check this out? It could be like some type of business grant opportunity or something like that. And she'll share different things with me. And that's really important, as women entrepreneurs. And we're talking about that we are supporting one another. And so that is important, that not only does she support me and my business by purchasing my products, but she shares with others about my business, and she shares with me different resources. So, I want to give a shout out to you for that, Priya, because, that's really important when we are building our brands and we're business owners, that we have like-minded people that we can help each other and help others, because that's what it's all about. I think Laura or someone mentioned that earlier. That is what we're here put on this earth. Our purpose is to serve and to help others. And you do that, and you do that through your business, and you do it well. So thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? I will gratefully accept that compliment, because I see the same in you. You spend so many hours with Motivational Monday. Now you're cooking. You just share that joy. We've all gone through hard times, all of us, I know. But you know what? We are strong women. We learn to embrace those lessons that we learned to benefit others. So I see that in you, Jackie, and I appreciate that in you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, all right, guys. So let's see what our food is doing back here. So, my rice is finally coming along. I see it peeking out.
And I'm looking at my rice. I think it's almost done, as you can see. Let me move this a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so if you look at it, the onions are kind of rimming the sides. So I very gently kind of scoop it. There's still a little bit of liquid in it. So I just gotta let it go, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. And now this is the point when there's still a little bit of liquid in it, to leave the lid off.
Okay.
So sort of dries out. So at a very low level, my stove is on number 3. I'm just gonna let it be. This is the tricky part to the rice. And Laura, I am so going to save you some if you want to try it.
I'm going to be making it tomorrow. I have all the ingredients. I'm ready to go. I'm making a double batch times a double batch.
Awesome.
Because I think it can be frozen, right? I mean, that's
absolutely.
Also, I want to put that out there because, I'm a big fan of being efficient. And so I know that Priya had frozen it, and I'm planning on keeping those batches for those cold nights when you just want to pull something out. So if I go, I go big.
I know you do. I know you do.
Yeah. And so with that being said, so it's good to freeze. So for those of you that do meal prep, as you're meal prepping, you can pop it, make you a couple of meals, put it in your containers, freeze it to bring it out, like you were saying, Laura, at another time. So that's good to know for those that, that you meal prep your meals, that you can do it like that.
Absolutely. You can. I've actually frozen this to almost 6-7 months, and then I pull it out to taste it. But since I can't eat at restaurants easily, because I have like 4 different allergies, so I MSG, soy, lactose, and I just pop a lactate pill. And what was the other? There's another one in there somewhere, but gluten. And so what I do is when we go on vacation, we go on an Airbnb. I make sure they have a fridge there or a freezer there. I just pull out what I've made and thaw it, and then it's easy to just serve it there. It also saves expenses, going out to dinner every night. So this last year when we went to Virginia Beach, and that's what I did. And I overpack as always. We had so many leftovers that we had to, refreeze them and bring them home. But they're great for freezing. We had chicken tikka masala, we had grandma spicy chicken, I had the coconut rice, I had white rice. Just that way you're not wasting time cooking or looking for a place to eat, and you save a lot of money too. So
yeah, that's good. Priya, while we're still waiting to tell us, how did you get started in the business?
well, this is my midlife crisis. I used to work in the, but it's turning out to be quite yummy, so I'm pretty happy about that. I worked in the medical diagnostic and pharmaceutical industry for about 20 years, and I did my sales. And then I said, these people in marketing don't know what they're doing. So I went and got my MBA in marketing. And then you still got the comment, these people in marketing don't know what they're doing. But I had a lot of fun in that industry. But I would come home, I'd cook my heart out because I was really, when I was stressed. And then this idea about making Indian food was percolating for about 10 years. And I used to tell my mom, why didn't you start a restaurant? She's like, no, I only cook for family. And she does a great job at cooking for family. And I thought, ooh, what about the curry powder? And I mentioned that to some friends and they're like, that's great, but then what do you do with it? And that's how the idea came. Actually, it's kind of funny. I went to like a hair appointment or to an electrolysis appointment, and I was talking to my friend there, and I said, I should just give the recipe. She's like, no, make the packets. And that's where the idea started. So while I was still working full-time in corporate, I started doing this on the side in farmers markets. And it really started catching on. So when we moved to Pittsburgh, by the way, I love Pittsburgh. People are so welcoming, so down to earth, just fantastic place. That's when my husband said, why don't you go full time? And he's really been such a big supporter, even, when I'm like, what the heck am I doing? He's like, you can do it, honey. And he really, really such a good support system. But all of this is because of my mom's recipes. My grandmother with her curry powder, it's really amazing. It's unique. It's unique to our household from the village of Nursapur in South India. And then my mom with her cooking, decades later, people are like, oh my gosh, that's the best food we've ever had. So, I've taken that, and as you guys, some of you might know, my husband's Caucasian. So I've taken the Eastern spices, tailored them to Western ingredients, and did like a nice little match. So not just Indian people, but everybody can enjoy. And you can also customize the spicy heat. So you can amp it up or down. So that's I love when I get those testimonials, or when I see people who just like, you have brought us so much joy. To me, family time is dinner time, and you're bringing people together around the dinner table. And I hear those stories about some customers who like buy a packet or two and then cook it with their grandma once a month as a get together. And it's so heartwarming to see that it's a special occasion for them. So that, you guys, keeps me going. You have no idea how much. So it's really, for me, it's I'm not just bringing food, but I'm bringing something a little bit more to the table.
Yeah, I like that. And, I was listening to a message a couple of weeks ago by a pastor, Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he was talking about moments. And he was saying how, our children, when they're growing up, or his children, and how he bought all these things. But the moments that mattered the most was the time that maybe they traveled, or the times that they sat at the dinner table together and they had dinner. And that resonated with me because there's 7 of us. My mom has 7 children, and I'm the oldest. And so, I remember that we would have dinner together. My mom, if my dad wasn't home, we would still have dinner together. On Sundays, we had dinner together. And so those are moments that you remember, and so like you were saying, with the people that's sharing their stories with your meal, those are special, precious moments that you can never get back. And you're bringing joy to them with your food. So you're still serving people in that way, and that's really good.
Thank you. And that's really, when I think about why I'm doing this, that's like the biggest motivation that I get, or somebody trying, getting a taste of Indian culture where they might not have. And when I used to do demos at grocery stores before, the pandemic, I'd see people walking by, oh, I don't like Indian food. And I say, you know what, give it a try. If not, there's a little wastebasket there. No harm. Not everyone's going to like Indian food. And I'm telling you, 99 out of 100 people loved it. And they were like, oh, very shocked that they actually liked it. So
Yeah.
that was fulfilling too, to see that. Oh, I want to see what your rice looks like, Jackie.
So my rice is looking really good. It's brown and I still have quite a bit of liquid.
Okay,
but-
so yeah, you can, what's your stove set at?
You want me to turn it up some?
Yeah, just maybe a notch. Because I think mine's almost done and I'm going to taste it to see if it's done.
Yeah. Turn my bread over here.
It's almost done. I would say 5 more minutes because there's still a little bit of liquid. So it has to boil off that liquid a little bit more.
Okay, well, let me try it. Even though I have all this liquid, let me just try
And
it.
you can always turn it gently because you don't want to break the long grains.
Oh,
Oh my God, that is so good. It has such a great flavor. I could taste the cashews in it.
Yeah.
And I put extra cashews in mine because I like cashews.
Good,
I put extra everything.
Oh, good. So that's not, so it came out good. It just has to like get a little bit more of the moisture out. Oh, I love I'm like a foodie because I love your spoon that you're using. Your
My little spatula.
you're eyeing up her spoon.
I love the spatula you got me, Laura. I look at that. Yeah, I love little knickknacks like that.
Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. So hey Nico, thank you so much for joining. Sydney just came. He's around the corner talking about okay, he's looking like, where's dinner? Come on over here so they can see you.
All right.
Sydney.
Hello. How's everyone?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Husband. You guys look beautiful
This is
together.
my
I love
husband,
it.
Laura, Sydney.
Hello there. Nice to meet you.
We're on live too, babe.
Oh.
Facebook. Just say, hey, Facebook.
Hello, Facebook.
Ooh, wait.
They're hungry over here. Oh, she's trying to take a picture. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that. He moved in closer. That's so sweet.
It's almost ready, honey.
Okay, nice meeting you.
Oh my gosh, how cute is that?
Hey, this is what happens when you're at home live. I'm surprised my daughters that came behind me trying to use the microwave.
So I turned off my chicken because I'm pretty sure it's cooked. And that's,
Yeah.
so I've turned that off and now I'm just waiting for the rice to kind of, to get the moisture, all of the moisture out.
Let me clean my mess up over here. Okay, my bread, I'm gonna go ahead and take my bread out. Oh, yes, it's nice and golden.
Oh, that looks great.
Can you see it, girl?
Yeah, that looks really good. I've just tasted my coconut rice and I've determined it needs a little bit more salt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So it's okay to add a little bit more salt after.
Okay, that was my timer for my bread. Which is already done.
Please thank your family for waiting. Laura, do you want me to, seriously, I'm totally serious. Do you want me to run you some food? I can bring you some food.
No, this is, you know what, the beauty of what Jackie just talked about with her past year about memories and food and relationships. And really, I mean, food is it's just the manna of life. I mean, the manna of life, right? But it ties us together. So many of our memories are tied to food and the smell of food and relationships. And
Yeah.
I am good for this tonight, Priya, which thank you though, but think how much we even just nurture each other with food in so many ways. And I was so moved by that. And Priya, one of the things I think is so interesting for me is that for people who haven't had exposure to Indian food before, Priya has done a great job of making this, I don't know if this is the right word, but like an Indian fusion. She had, it's not like it's a complete cultural immersion if you're not used to the flavors. I mean, it's real. I mean, now I am like, yeah, I want to explore everything Indian and bring it into my repertoire of flavors, because you're always looking for something new and different. But her spices were just a great way to like introduce yourself to not just curry. I guess I grew up with it was curry or not curry. That was what I thought Indian food was. And it's so much more nuanced, as you know, Jackie, from you can add it to all these things, and it's just not that heavy curry taste. That's what I think what makes her spices unique, is she's brought out a lot more flavors than that.
Yeah.
And that's what I was used to, is either I have to have a hot, a palate that can take curry and a really intense flavor. And that's not at all what this is. It's not just a heavy curry taste. It's so much more nuanced, and the tastes are just beautiful. And that's like what a good family meal is about, or a good meal with friends is about. It's beauty. It's that beautiful experience. I'm rambling again, but I feel that energy. You two have that wonderful energy that is about what good cooking is about, is beauty. So
Jackie, Laura's my chosen sister. She is amazing, just a one heart of gold. That's all I can say. She'll take the shirt off her back and give it if you need it. That's how she is.
Oh, that is so amazing.
Yeah.
And we need friends like that.
And so,
in our lives like that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm so blessed to have both of you in my life. It's just I just feel so good. I wanted to tell you that, both of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
excited.
Well, guys,
I'm excited to see your husband eat this, or not see him, but know that they're going to be enjoying that meal that you made now. That's you're still a dinner hour, right? You're in Texas time, right? So it's
we're in Texas, so it's about 7:22 here. So
they're getting hungry though. They're getting hungry there.
They're a little hungry. They'll be okay.
I know they're circling though. Somewhere we don't see them. They're all circling there for their smell.
I know they're peeking around the corner, and but they'll be fine. So guys, listen, for those of you that are watching, so as I stated earlier, every third Thursday we will be doing coming to you live. We'll be cooking. I'll be cooking sometimes by myself, and there may be times that I will have a guest, and as tonight Priya is my guest, and we'll have an audience that will either be cooking along with us, or they will be talking and just having fun, hanging out with us. So this is something new that we've added to Jackie O, and we're still doing Motivational Monday. We'll be back on Monday, February the 7th at 7 p.m. But it's going to be a little different. We will be on YouTube this time. And also next month, our cooking show will be on YouTube. Tonight it was on Facebook, but we're switching over to YouTube. So y'all can find us on YouTube at Jackie O, which is JACQUIEOOH. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So when we pop on, you will get a notification that we're on, and you can join us. And so again, that's every first Monday, we'll do Motivational Monday. And every third Thursday, we will be on Cooking with me, your girl, Jackie O. So I've added something new. And as you can see, Motivational Monday, we were coming to you every Monday night, but now we're just going to do once a month, which is the first Monday of every month. You can catch us on YouTube, catch us live. So yes, so thank you everyone that has joined in on tonight. Okay, hey, my sister, hey, Brenda, she's on. She's like, hey, I'm hungry. What are y'all eating? So Brenda, she was my sister that I also sent the Christmas gift. So she got the spices. So Brenda, what we're cooking tonight is the chicken tikka masala. You got that spice. I think I also got it for my mom, for my sister-in-law, Sean, and for my sister, Jennifer. So all three of them, I believe they got all the same spices. So that's what we're cooking tonight. It is almost done. We're really just waiting for the rice the liquid to evaporate, because everything is done. Let's check it and see here.
So
my rice, it's evaporated now.
Okay, so try it and taste what the salt is like, if you like the salt part of it.
So when I tasted it earlier, my salt, it was good. I don't use it anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all done. I'm turning everything off. So
And
are we
here's-
plating?
I just plated a little bit to eat. I feel bad because my son and husband are waiting, but so I put the coconut rice and the chicken tikka masala. You can always garnish it with a little bit of cilantro, make it nice and pretty, and it gives it that extra zip. So just like that.
My thing, the suction sucks it. Okay, so let me.
Ooh, let's try this together. I'm gonna have to run and get my lactate pill after this because of the yummy heavy cream in this.
All right, guys. So I don't know if y'all can see this. I just have a tad bit on the plate. So this is going to be our coconut rice. So with the coconut rice, what we did, it has cashews in it. Very good. We use coconut milk, onions. Priya used some jalapeno peppers. I used red pepper flakes. And let me tell you, I could taste the heat. So that is our rice, our coconut rice that we made, nice and homemade. And this is a chicken tikka masala. And I just put a little cilantro on the top. So here we go.
There we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, it's really hot. So let me blow it a little bit. Mm. This is absolutely delicious. It is delicious. Let me see. Where is my people at? Hold on one second.
I like how you did that.
I had to turn it off. This is really, really good. So I'm actually eating around the chicken.
Okay.
Because I'm not eating meat right now.
Okay.
I'm not Layla, but I'm on a fast. So I'm gonna let Sydney. He's ready to test it.
Okay.
Okay.
It smells delicious.
Okay.
Use this for?
Yeah, baby. You can
Okay.
use. He might use that for it. He kisses me all the time.
Well, I just want to make sure.
So you got to get in the camera, baby.
It's delicious.
Good.
Get the
Yay.
It's very good.
Taste the chicken. Did you get the chicken? Okay. It's good, huh?
Very good.
So the brown rice was good. Good.
It's
Good.
delicious.
Awesome. Yay.
Yes.
All right, honey.
Okay, I'm waiting to fix a plate.
That's our cue to go.
Yes, this is so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so listen, everyone that is viewing, this is Anar Gourmet Foods, and it is ANAR Gourmet Foods with an S.com. Tonight we cooked the chicken tikka masala, and you can go online, you can purchase anything on her site, and if you put in the code Jacquie O, you will get 15% off. So y'all need to go online. Well, I shouldn't say y'all need to, but it would be nice if you can go online, you can purchase, and you can make your own Indian dish at home. We were talking and, a lot during the show, but I also just want to stress that it does not take a long time to prepare your meal with these spices. So, Priya, I'm gonna let you just take it away before we end the show, while I continue to eat this good coconut rice.
So thank you so much for having me on the show, Jacquie O. I really, really appreciate it. It's always such a pleasure to talk to you. And thank you for tasting my homemade seasonings and the coconut rice. You have any questions, the recipe for the coconut rice is on my website. And again, you can follow me at ANAR Gourmet Foods, or go to my website, www.anargourmetfoods, that's with an S.com. And there's a lot of free recipes there, so check it out. Again, thank you so much. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I know you're watching. Thanks, Laura, for hanging in there. And Jackie,
Yes.
you are awesome. I love being on your show, and I love your products. So please,
Thank you.
I'm grateful that you make them. I've been searching for years for something organic and all natural, and yours checks the box and it feels awesome. So I
Oh,
absolutely.
thank you so much. And hey, let me put this plug in. I just thought about this while you were talking. We have a buy one, get one free until January 31st, and you'll use the code HEY 2022. So because we have some new packaging, so we're closing out some old inventory with our older packaging, and we are having a buy one, get one free. So guys, y'all go on over to JackieO.com. But again, Priya, thank you so much. Laura, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Mom and dad, Priya's mom and dad, thank y'all so much for hanging out. I know my mom said that she was going to be watching. So Mom, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. My sister came through, different ones came through, but everyone that dropped in, y'all, thank you so much. If you missed it and you came in on the tail end, be sure to go back and watch the replay because it's really, really good and y'all will enjoy it. So until next month, we hope that you enjoy the rest of your week and of course the month, because we are already almost at the end of January. Can y'all believe that? Like, oh my goodness. But everybody, guys, y'all stay safe out there and just be careful. And we will see you next month. Good night.